You know what? I actually guarantee to you that if you watch this video over and over again, you will never have to look at anything else as your authority figure for the rest of your life. That is not an exaggeration, and for the people who think manifestation is some kind of a woo-woo practice that doesn't have anything practical, then please leave right now. Because if you aren't serious about the path of self-development or self-mastery, and manifestation and all of these things, and learning how the universe works in relation to your consciousness and how you can alter it, then you need to leave as soon as possible. You see, a couple of days ago, I was going out with my boys and we went on our local football field to just practice, just for fun and to have some pep talk in the like between the breaks and stuff like that. And this was something different. This time, I wasn't the same. I started kicking, like, very differently. And do you know why? After like 5 times that we went out together and we kicked and we practiced for like 2 hours straight, I decided that this time it was gonna be different. I decided to give myself the authority that I was already a pro football player. I literally changed my identity, my I am identity that I think about myself, to be that of a pro football athlete. I know, it may sound ridiculous, but the results quite literally prove themselves. And those two guys are probably watching the video right now. So yeah, they can prove it also. I started kicking the ball like quite literally so differently, to the point where one of them that was with me right over there was literally saying after each and every single one of my shots that it was a good shot. And he would only say that, like, very rarely. But not in a bad way, of course. Like, before this particular practice session, something changed inside of me. And of course, it was the identity. But more so, except for that identity, it was something way deeper. Something. This one belief that if you just adopt and extrapolate it to anything in your life, can quite literally make you and help you achieve anything that you so desire. And that is giving authority to yourself. Meaning that there's this one very specific rule in the universe that if you believe in something, it will become the truth. Because the universe reacts to your consciousness. And that's heavy. Because consciousness is the substance of reality. Everything that you see in the universe was created from one source. And that one source is consciousness, which is our creator, which we call sometimes the infinite intelligence, God, Allah, I don't know, Krishna, you can call him anything, truly. The terms don't really matter because, of course, it's the same, it's basically the same thing. We only have one creator. I'm not crossing any religious boundaries. Again, remember, spirituality without the ability to control your reality is vanity. We don't need to argue about the identity of our creator. What matters is however you use religious texts to benefit you as in relation to controlling your reality. And so what am I trying to say by this? If you hold the belief within your consciousness that you're not it, and that whatever technique that you use just straight up doesn't work, then it won't. Like, genuinely think about it and apply and extrapolate this to anything within your life. Any kind of goal that you hold right now, any kind of identity that you think about yourself right now, has to do with this belief. If you don't give yourself the authority, and if you don't say to yourself that you are it, if you don't establish authority within yourself, then you will always seek authority in the outside world to give it to you. Think about it. The people that influenced us the earliest in our lives were the most powerful people that we ever met. Hence why we went to kindergarten and preschool, where we had to prove to some kind of a 40-year-old woman that we are worth it, because we knew how to count to 10. Think about it. They don't teach you this stuff in school. You think that you need to work hard in order to deserve the hard work of the pro athlete or of the, I don't know, the pro mathematician or whatever your goal may be, making 10K per month. But no, your goal, your destination is actually the starting location. And that's something that you need to write down. You, in this universe, are the cause, process, and the result, aka effect. There's no separation between all of these. Remember, consciousness is the substance of reality, meaning that it doesn't matter what kind of a technique you use. It straight up doesn't matter. What matters is the belief that you hold within your subconscious mind that actually gets it to work. Because let's say that you're studying to become, or let's say that you're practicing cold approaching so that you can finally get some woman, and you hold the belief within your subconscious mind that you don't have any kind of skill with women, that you're so far behind that it's basically Joe over for you. And yeah, if you hold that belief, then the energy that, the emotion that you hold within that belief will start to vibrate. And that energy in motion, because emotion is energy in motion, that motion will turn into a vibration, which will turn into a frequency, which will then reflect your reality, because every single frequency has to become a reality. And the term frequency can be interchangeable with mind, consciousness. You get it, right? You get the gist of it. Whatever belief that you hold within your conscious mind will be reflected in a reality, and that is not an understatement. Hence why you need to always go to the end destination. You must adopt the consciousness of whatever you seek to be like. Don't ask yourself, what would I do when I actually achieve it? Ask yourself, who will I be when I achieve it? And then take that consciousness, apply it to yourself right now, and then do whatever your inner intuition tells you to do. Follow the actions that you'll be emotionally compelled to do and try hard them to the fucking fullest. And it won't even feel like hard work. And that's the best part. You may think that, let's say that you're trying to become a pro football player, which is something really cool. Let's say that you're thinking to yourself, oh, I gotta practice for like 10 years straight before I can actually start to, start to practice on an elite level and stuff like that. But no, you don't practice for a basketball session whilst trying to understand the rules of football, right? So why would you try to become a pro football player by practicing what intermediates or beginners do? It sounds idiotic when you say it like this, right? It's something like, of course that makes sense, TR. But just think about it, how much this has influenced us, our entire lives. You think about this as your destination, as your end goal, but your destination is the starting location. And I'm referring to the consciousness. Because once you apply the consciousness from within, then reality will start to move. Because consciousness is the substance of reality. Your reality will start to reflect that as soon as possible. Because if you train like a beginner, and if you hold the identity, beliefs, thoughts, emotionally charged beliefs, convictions, identities, emotions, perceptions about the world, then that's exactly the same way that life will look at you. The way that you look at life is the way that life looks back at you. It has no other choice but to just reflect back whatever you think about it, whatever those things that I just mentioned you hold within your consciousness will get reflected back onto you. So you will only be emotionally compelled to do the things that beginners and intermediates do. So logically speaking, right, you must only immerse yourself in the consciousness of the pro athlete, and you'll be naturally compelled to do the training that the pro athletes do. Of course, in smaller volumes, because of course, let's be realistic for a second. You wouldn't be able to actually do the entire thing. You would only be able to do like 20% of the entire training, which is completely fine, because now you're actually on the right path. You're finally practicing like a real pro athlete, and you're not trying to climb the levels just like in school. That's ridiculous, right? And it was actually even interesting that I just thought about right now. We look at the subjects that we learn, for example, in high school when we are like 19 years old, back when we are like 6 years old, and we think about stuff like, oh, that's gonna be so hard to learn and stuff like that. But if you just adopt the consciousness of being someone that actually understands it, that's someone who is actually on that level, and you are emotionally convinced that that technique or that attitude will work, then it will. You will understand it completely, just so easily. It's literally gonna shock you. And once you align yourself successfully on the mental plane, you'll be emotionally compelled to just relax and have serene conviction in this new technique that you're using, in this new consciousness that you're doing. And of course, the universe will try to do everything in its power to get you back on the frequency or on the mental attitude or on the level of consciousness that you were before you applied this new elite level of consciousness. And that's completely fine because the universe is lazy and it likes energetic equilibrium. So whatever consciousness or whatever frequency you were in until now, it will try to get you back into it. Not because it doesn't like you, but because it is lazy and it likes to maintain the frequencies that it had from you for all this time. And that's why you will have all these problems. Like you will have some sleepless nights where, in the beginning it's gonna be so hard, like you will have no idea where to start and stuff like that. All of these problems. But that just comes naturally. And once you are on the correct frequency, you will have no problem with this. Like even the hard work will feel like it is easy. It is all about your consciousness. It is all about if you believe that you can do it. It is all about whatever you allow yourself, that grace and that serene confidence that you actually are, that version of yourself right now. Not physically, but mentally. The physical world will catch up soon. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It all makes sense, right? It is literally just way easier than you think. You truly are the way. You just don't realize it. And so yeah, that's about it. And if you want to learn more about manifestation, about self-mastery, about great practices and great skills like stoicism, discipline, willpower, productivity, and all of these things on a much more advanced level than here on YouTube, then you can check out my Timeless Reader's Mindsets in the description. Just look at these people that I've worked with, and guess what? They haven't even seen a single life lesson from that course, and yet they have benefited from me so much. Don't worry, it isn't some kind of an yeah bro course where I'll just teach you like random theory while also giving you a much of the us versus them mentality to get you all hyped up. No. I will actually give you practical mindsets that you can apply to your day-to-day life that will make your life easier, smoother, more fun, and your life will just expand in every single category. And yeah, you will not want to go back. But no pressure, of course. I don't need you to buy it because I get paid by the universe. I'm nurtured by the universe. But yeah, it is just something small if you want to just enhance your growth even more. So yeah, go check it out. Thank you very much for watching this video. And remember, no one is better at being you. So be the authority figure in your life right now.